Hey guys, so this is just an update on the green tree python's enclosure, more or less to kinda show some of you who are a little bit worried about how he would do in this, since it was a big open enclosure. And he looks fairly young, but he is actually over a year old. He's got a lot of green. I'm hoping I'll be able to pick that up a little bit better in this video than I did in my last. This is just not a good quality camera anymore. You can kind of see it. He just looks brown over this video, but that's actually all some fairly decent looking green, and he's got lots of white splotches showing up. He's over a year. Generally, you do want to keep your green trees in a tub setup until they're past the yearling phase, which he is. I think he's been in this for over a week now, and he has actually shed, pooped actually like 2 times, and taken a meal. He's learned what all the different perches are. He's been up on the upper ones for basking. That one up there is also a cool down. You can see how bad this quality is just by the glare it puts off of my hand. I'm gonna have to pick up a different camera for you guys, so I'm sorry about that. Videos used to be pretty great quality, not so much anymore. But he's doing great, actually. He really likes the open space. He takes advantage of it at night. I actually see him moving around quite often. Generally from perch to perch. He's never on the ground. Actually, even when he drinks, he'll go from there and just stretch out to there. If you see the green tree on the ground, that's generally a bad sign. And more or less what I mean by moving around is positioning himself to hunt. And what a green tree does when it hunts, as you'll see he's not really doing right now, is the head would be hung. He's actually pretty relaxed, but I might still get bit about down there. The head will be hung about down there because they're searching for food, and younger ones, more than older ones, will use the little brown tip of their tail and just swirl it around, mimicking a worm or a small animal. And your younger ones will do that. I've seen him do it occasionally still, not as much anymore. He's not doing it right now, but I see him doing it quite often. He's actually liking the cage quite a bit, so I just thought I'd put this out there for you guys to more or less show you that he's okay. And I did say in the responses to some of your comments that if I saw even the slightest sign of stress in him, I would put him right back in his tub. I had it sitting over in the rack still, ready for him in case he needed it. Everything went fine. He likes it a lot. And this is more or less to the 1 or 2 of you who said something about my boa's cage being filthy and disgusting, and my boa update did get quite a few dislikes. For those of you who haven't kept a very, very large snake on newspaper with a large water bowl, she will go in her water and then out one time, and it ruins the newspaper, makes it look disgusting. But I open it up and I feel it around and I smell, actually. I'll stick my face in there and I'll smell the newspapers. And if I don't see any urates at all, I know that it's just water and it'll be perfectly fine. It's just discolored. And that's all it was. It was just some discoloring from getting wet and then dry and wet and then dry. And as soon as she peed and pooped in there, all that fun stuff, I change it out. And so I'll just kind of show you guys. You see this paper's been in there for about a day or 2. And I actually got a lot of comments, not a lot, I think it was the same guy, just back and forth. I won't call him out or anything. And she's kind of hungry right now. And my small dog is wandering around the room right now. So let's not. But a few of you were concerned about the tub back there spilling. That's actually not in the cage. This is all random crap. There's just going to be a gross glare because there's a black background in there. So you see everything in the back of my room, not actually what's inside. So that might have been something you guys were seeing as well, for those of you who didn't quite like what you saw in her enclosure. She can't really knock that water bowl over. As you can see, a big chunk of her weight, you can't really see. A big chunk of her weight right now is sitting on that. You can see she's poking her head out looking for food. Let's go. Yeah, my dog's right there. Alright, see, a lot of her weight is sitting on it right now. And you're correct. Her knocking this bowl over would be a concern, because there are electrical components to this cage, like the Flex Watt heat tape that's in there. Just making sure I don't squish her face in the door. You know, there are electrical concerns if she were to dump the water bowl over. There's actually not enough room for this to tip in either direction, and it's a fairly sturdy bowl, nor dish. It's made of some thick plastics, and I never fill it above this much water. And you might think that's crazy, but this much water and this much snake. When this much snake lays down in this-ish much water, it becomes 3 to 4 times more water because she's adding a lot of mass into it, and it increases the volume of the thing in general. You can hear my dog chasing his butt. He's not getting attention, so he thinks he needs to do that. So, basically, I'm just making this video to kind of put to rest some of your fears. Her cage is clean all the time. It just gets discolored paper. My green tree's not stressed. He's doing perfectly fine. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you want to see anything else, go ahead and check out my channel. Subscribe if you want to see more, and like this video if you pretty much enjoyed me speaking to 1 or 2 people who got upset. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.